Hello guys, this is Spicy, and this is a review on the Bandai High Grade 144 scale Gundam Tristan from Gundam Twilight Axis. This is an ONA series with episodes that are only 3 minutes long, or sometimes less than 3 minutes long. This is part of the Universal Century. I believe the year is 0096, and this is the RX-78. Yeah, it's kind of weird. In this part of the Universal Century, especially in the year 0096, we have stuff like this. We have the Unicorn, we have the new Gundam, and then this company called a Burnham, like they're like a junk salvaging company, is using a RX-78. The RX-78 is the original Gundam, first introduced in 0079, making this design almost I think at least 15 to 16 years old. It's a very, very old suit. And in fact, this the Gundam Tristan is made using parts from this guy, the Gundam Alex. They salvaged the parts from the Gundam Alex to build this suit. It's supposed to be like a suit that's used for the new types, but anyway. So I actually know a lot of story regarding this series, even though it's new, because I did like the story thing for Crossbone Gundam. So basically, the Burnham, the junk collecting company, they're actually owned by the Rona family, which are the villain, the antagonist in the Crossbone Gundam. So I guess this story's kind of tie in this, this part of the UC to the later UC like Crossbone Gundam, F91, and what's that? Victory Gundam. So something that's interesting to know. And also the Gundam Tristan here this time, it's not part of the Federation. It's a junk corporation that is using these older Gundams, modified old Gundams, for their evil purposes, I guess. He's an antagonist. So yeah, that's the story aspect of this Twilight Axis. And let's talk about this kit. So let's talk about this thing right here. I actually modify this kit. I modified these forearm armor bits to accommodate these. I guess these are called the Gatling guns, 90mm Gatling guns, I think. Yeah, because the Gundam Alex has it, and I feel like it's kind of a shame since this guy is actually based on the Gundam Alex to not be able to utilize these super awesome forearm-mounted weapons. It's also released in 2017, but it's actually based on the design that goes all the way back to 2001. So it's super old, or 2004, I think. Yeah, it was Gundam Alex was made in 2004. So this is a new kit that's using parts from a 13-year-old kit. So a lot of people are disappointed about that. So anyway, let's talk about the box. Here we have the box. Very cool. All right. 2017, made in Japan, blah, blah, blah. Twilight Axis. Originally suggested retail price 1,500 yen. That's the box. We have the instruction manual. Lunar titanium alloy, not the Gundam alloy. I think they're the same. Just like Gundam alloy is like a slightly maybe stronger version of the lunar titanium alloy. So armaments, beam rifle, check. Beam sabers, checked. 60mm Vulcan guns, I guess these are the Vulcan guns on his head, and 90mm Gatling gun, so that's it. It's funny, they mentioned the 90mm Gatling gun, but they don't have it actually working with this kit, because without the modification, like these parts won't fit on this. It will kind of fit, but it will be like very, very loose. So, and it looks terrible too. So, yeah. Anyway, we got a shield. Yep. So I want to talk about accessories first. So we got this beam rifle right here, which is actually the same beam rifle as the new Gundam's beam rifle. So Dude, I thought this weapon looks huge on this new Gundam, right? Yeah. So now it's even bigger on this guy. I think the this Short's counterattack took place in the 0096 or something, or 93, and this took place in a similar time frame. So I guess they must have salvaged this weapon somehow and give it to the Gundam Tristan after the new Gundam was like destroyed or something. Anyway, we have the shield. Very cool. This is a pretty nice looking shield. And then we got this weapon here. This is part of the Gundam Alex runners. So yeah, we got a bonus weapon, which is the same one that Gundam Alex has. Alright, and then got beam saber effect piece for 2 beam saber shields right there on the backpack. And yeah, so rest of the manual here. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about this kit. So, like I said many times, this is based on the Gundam Alex design. It's a 2017 kit that's based on the 2004 kit. They just developed new armor for this kit, but the rest of the inner frame parts are all using the Gundam Alex design. So it's very, very dated. It even feels very dated. A lot of people don't like it because they think Bandai's cutting corners with 3 minutes episodes and rehashing a 13-year-old kid and making it a new kid for 2017. It is so bad. It doesn't even have the peg hole here for the action base, so you're gonna have to use one of these things to put this on the action base. That's really disappointing. But to be honest with you, I don't really have a problem with it because I personally enjoy building older kits. For example, I built this guy recently, and I don't have any problem with it. I know it's really, really old. They re-released this guy, like a version of the Zaku 3 for Twilight Axis, and making it a P Bandai. And basically, it's just the exact same kit. So, yeah. I to be honest, I don't really care. You know, old kit, new kit, articulation, no articulation. It's all the same to me. So, yeah. And that being said, you know, I can only recommend this to people who actually like the look of this Gundam, or you know, don't have problem building like older kits with really, really dated articulation. I have a good time building this Gundam Alex, so it's pretty much the same thing. Now, one bad thing about this kit is that while the Gundam Alex have all these armor and all these extra stuff, you know, that you can do with the Gundam Alex, there's really not much you can do with this guy. You just build this guy up, you know, build the accessories, and that's it. So, something, you know, a lot of people are frowning upon. They just feel like Bandai's cutting corners and being cheap and stuff like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about how you attach the weapons onto this kit. So yeah, I made a modification here. So basically we had to cut the slot in here, so these Vulcan Gatling gun can be attached into this piece. And then you can just put this back. Very simple. Snaps back in. It doesn't affect the functionality of that particular part. I did it with both forearms, so I can have both weapons if I want to. Alright, so yeah, let's pop this hand out. Put on the humongous beam rifle. The new Gundam's beam rifle. And yeah, look at that. That's huge. It's ridiculous. Also, with this beam rifle, you have to paint all the blue parts. It doesn't come like that, so that's another disappointment. You gotta do some work in order to make this kit look good. Alright, so I had to paint all these parts right here on the shoulder armor. Paint the thrusters as always, and then paint in these parts right there. And do all these panel lining, you know. I figure, you know, since I'm gonna review this kit, I might as well make it as good looking as I can. Yeah, anyway, and then we got the shield. This one is very similar in design to the Gundam Alex. You actually have to slide these bits to these forearm armor bits in order to have it properly secured. Then we put it into the arm. And the way he holds the shield right here is just as awkward as Gundam Alex, because that's the way it's designed. So you're gonna have to do that. If you're looking at it this way, it just looks super awkward. But unfortunately, that's how it is. Alright, and then the beam sabers are attached to the back of these backpack. This backpack looks very similar to the Mark II Gundam, but it's not. It's like, even the manual on the box, it says they have to design this backpack completely. It's a newly redesigned backpack. So here we have the beam saber, and we got the beam saber effect piece peg into the beam saber. Very nice. Well, at least that's one improvement. On the older kits, we don't even have these beam saber effect piece. So, and also another very cool feature is that you can disassemble the beam saber and slide it into these universal hands and peg this right back in. There we go. That's pretty cool. 2 beam saber effect piece for 2 beam sabers. So, very nice. Then we also got this piece right here from the Gundam Alex plate. I don't know if I talked about this already, but whatever. Anyway, it's getting late, and let's get into the articulation. So the hands on the ball joint right here attached to the polycap. Single jointed elbow just like the Gundam Alex. A bicep swivel just like the Gundam Alex. Not much articulation you can do with this arm. You can rotate this 360 degrees. You can kind of lift this up a little bit. It's really hinder, just a peg and a polycap. This shoulder armor bit fits very loosely on this joint, on this peg. So you just gotta be careful posing it. Don't want it to look super weird with it like flopping around. Head fits very loosely on this ball joint. But you know, to be honest, this headpiece is actually really nice. I really like the look of this design. I guess you can just reuse this head on another kit if you like. It's probably the best, the only redeeming feature on this kit for most people. And then head's on a hinge right here. You can move it back and forth. And yeah, we got this backpack. There's really not much you can do with the backpack. Like, there's no articulation whatsoever. And then we got this hollow pieces right here, which looks really poor. Looks really cheap. Got a peg right here, and then whatever. If the beam saber are not pegging, it just looks like crap. Then we got the, I guess we got a waist crunch right here, similar to the Gundam Alex. Seems to be a gap right here. Yeah, unlike the Gundam Alex, which I guess has like you know, the size front skirt actually cover the gap. This one, you can really see the gap here, so it's not very good. You can't do anything with these front skirts. I tried to lift them, and I feel like I'm just gonna break it. So don't bother with the front skirt. Same size skirts as the Gundam Alex. The back skirt is fixed, and then we got these all articulated hip joints with the ball peg going to the polycap. Yay! Nothing you can do there, man. And then we got the double jointed knees right here. Sort of double jointed knees. Not even, I guess. Yeah, and it's really not much you can do. You can, well, that's okay. That's not really that good. Anyway, and then we got the same joint here as the Gundam Alex. The polycap attached to this piece with a ball peg that attached to the feet. Ankle rockers, 360 rotation. Now, what's very interesting is that these lower leg armors looks like the Gundam Alex, but they're actually not the same. They redesigned these lower leg armors. I don't know why. They could have just easily used the ones from the Gundam Alex, because I mean they pretty much look exactly the same, but it's not exactly the same, you know. Anyway, so my verdict here is that I can only recommend this kit to people who like, you know, the look of this Gundam, or somehow like the 3 minutes long Gundam Twilight Axis series. And yeah, or if you don't have any problem building older kits, that's an old kit that's re-released as a new kit in 2017. And yeah, other than that, this is a kit I wouldn't recommend to everybody. Just very few people. If you are actually buying this kit already, I know you probably you know, like certain aspect of this kit or this Gundam design. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Anyway, I hope you guys find this information helpful. And as always, thanks for watching.